First up, I imagine there's a bit of an extra spring in the step of the squad today after getting that win at the weekend.
Yeah, you could feel it out there the day on training field. It's been a long time coming. I think performances have been all right, but it's the championship and you get hurt at times. I hold my hand up with the penalty I gave away against Coventry because it was a good performance. We should have probably won the game and we didn't. So yeah, it's a great feeling. Lads are buzzing for the game on Tuesday now and ready to kick back on again.
Well, you mentioned that as well. I mean, it's not just you. There's been some uncharacteristic errors from a few people within the squad, coupled with all the injuries recently. Did that lead to a real determination at the weekend to kind of put that all right? Yeah,
it was a dogged performance. I think we're great at keeping clean sheets and we've come away from that a little bit. We're always going to get chances because of the talent and footballers that we've got at the football club. So yeah, and I think the good thing about football sometimes is that you know you've got another game to come back and show your determination, and I think the lads have done that. And yeah, it's been uncharacteristics. It's cutthroat at times. When you're getting beat or you're drawn, you get analysed a lot more, you get magnified a lot more. But the manager's been great. He's showed that in backing us as well. He hasn't just pulled you out because you've done a mistake. He knows how much we're going to give for the football club, and for the weekend to win a tough game away. I know that on paper they're not doing so well in the league, but on paper they're a good side. The manager will get his feet in under the table and they'll be very good, and they'll be there or thereabouts I think come the end of the season.
How are you after moments like happened at Coventry? Because clearly, you know, people make mistakes. Football's not a straightforward game. Are you hard on yourself? Did you kind of straight away?
I think I've played 350 odd games for the football club, and when you do a mistake, especially for the team, and you're at fault for something like that, it's not nice. My wife will tell you. I don't really speak to her for a few days, but yeah, it's good that football you can put it right in a couple of days' time, and that's been the best thing for us so far. And with the manager back in here, it feels good. He could have easily pulled us out of the team for doing that mistake, especially on the left side. So he kept us in there. It shows that he's got belief in me and belief in my abilities, and that's something that I'll take really well.
Some good messages in there though for the rest of the squad though, isn't it? You first of all fronting up and just holding your hands up, but also from Paul Eckenbot's perspective, literally saying, you know, one mistake won't cost you, you know, your place.
Definitely, once you get on the ball, he wants you to express yourself and be brave, and the mistakes are going to happen, but it's big key moments in the 89th minute that you don't want to be doing them kind of things. But yeah, he's got great belief. You can see with the lads he's bringing through in the youth system as well. He's not scared to throw them in the deep end when they need to be, and hopefully the senior pros can be there for them if they need a shoulder as well.
Because I think we've seen already this season that everybody in this squad is going to be needed. I mean, the latest example of that at the weekend, just how tough for Rian after getting himself back involved.
Yeah, I dropped him a message last night. It's sad because he's so powerful and he's so quick, and he's been scoring when he's been playing as well, and you see that he's got that bit between his teeth, and it's heartbreaking at times when you see your mates go down like they do, and the faces at the end of the game because they're so disappointed and the sad. But if anyone can come back, it's him. He's always done it. He bounces back, and he's got a great smile on his face, which I'm sure he'll have in the next couple of days once he gets his results of his scan on his hamstring.
Is this where the kind of mental toughness and resilience of the group comes in? Because we've seen it, obviously, with so many players in the squad, but at the minute, Sander and Max and Reece and Rian and Jayden, they're all players that arguably would have a great shout for starting regularly, and you're going to be without all of them now for a couple of months.
Yeah, it's really tough because the lads it's tough on the physio staff as well. It's not just them to blame. It's really tough on everybody because the manager wants to, obviously, he would probably not want to be changing his side of the weekend, may have some injuries again, so it's always this case. It's great having them around the dressing room, but they want to be outside with us as well, so it's really tough at times having the lads injured. I've been through it as well, a few injuries here and there, but it's disappointing personally, and it's disappointing that you can't affect the side or the team for the weekend coming. So these last few weeks have been getting stronger. Seen a lot of lads coming back, Ender and obviously Kieran Clark, Robbo's back now, so it's good for the back five, back six lads. So just probably need a little bit more help in midfield, but the lads are standing up and doing the best they can, and it was great to get a result on Saturday.
testament really to the squad that's been put together in the summer, that you've managed to come through this difficult patch in the nature of the division and still only be a couple of points off the top.
Yeah, and after not winning on 6 games, you wouldn't see yourself in the Championship, especially being there or thereabouts. So for us to still be there, and we've done it before, we'll do it again. You've got to try to chase the top 3 teams now, so we're hunting them down with some big games coming up before this winter break, and hopefully we'll have some more lads coming back after that. It's big for the boys now, and especially after the win, hopefully it can be a good week this week and taking it to next.
We spoke with Anel Ahmedhodzic last week. Clearly he's come in, made a good impression. You're fighting for similar spots within the team, but he had some really nice things to say about you and kind of how welcoming you've been and how much you've helped him. From that, was that kind of a conscious decision to, you know, support him as somebody there? Because some people might look at it and think that, you know, you're fighting for the same spot. No,
it's definitely competition, and it always will be. I think at the football club you need that, so it's great to have that. Obviously he's a fantastic player. I've spoken about him many times, and it's great for him to say the words that he said about me as well. Is we're all fighting for the same thing at the end of the day. Yes, it's competition for places, but come on a weekend, if you're not picked, you're not going to be a nasty, horrible person in the dressing room. I think football's changed, taken away from that a little bit now. I think a lot of people know that they're fighting for places because there's so many games as well, and El's been fantastic, and long may it continue.
How impressed with him have you been, you know, both from a technical perspective and as a person?
Yeah, as a person, fantastic. I'm very surprised that he hasn't been picked up by. We're lucky ones. He's done ever so well for Sheffield United, and fair play to whoever brought him in, because he's been fantastic, the manager. So I'm surprised he hasn't gone, and he will be a Premier League player in the next few years, I'm sure, and hopefully it's for Sheffield United.
Is it kind of testament to the culture as well at the club that there is that players do feel welcome, that you are all helping each other, particularly as there's now a good group of kind of older, more senior pros and younger players that are coming in trying to take those shirts off you all?
Yeah, the mix is fantastic. Obviously you've got young, fantastic talent. We've got loads of different cultures now. We've got loads of different players from different countries as well, which is great. And it's been a change for the last 9-10 years since I've been here. I've always been with English lads, maybe senior pros basically, and now it's senior with a mix of young and talented English under-21s, England players, international footballers. So it's great to have, and they all want the same thing, which is to play in the Premier League, which is a great hunger, and great for the manager to have that hunger and competition for places. It's fantastic.
And I know that you'll still want to be starting week in, week out. You're a professional footballer, that's absolutely understood. Have you accepted that you might have to be that extra bit versatile now with the squad at left centre-back, right centre-back, wing-back, holding midfielder, or wherever you might plug into the team?
Yeah, definitely. I think I've done that for the last few years, and obviously I've always had competition, but not as big as what I've got now, so it's fantastic that I've got that. But yeah, I'm happy as long as I'm playing, and it takes its toll at 34-year-old when you're playing 3 games a week in the Championship, and that's what you want to be fresh every game. The manager knows that, but he backs you as well. And if I wanted to have that conversation, say, look, I'm not one of them person who's going to knock on your door and say, Gaff, I don't feel quite right today, make us miss out on the game. I think as long as you're training and playing and got a smile on your face and you're happy to help the team, and to get that goal to the Premier League again would be fantastic.
Well, by my maths earlier today, you're 5 away from 500 career appearances now. Yeah. How does that sound?
Yeah, I think the great Gary Speed, back in the day, he always says if you get around 500, you've had a good career, and he'd done more than that. So if I've had 500, I'm still playing now. It's not been too bad. So a lot of them for the Blades, and a lot of good ones as well. So long may it continue.
How much would another crack at the Premier League mean to you? You know, if you could get back up this year.
It would just be, for me, it would just to see the feeling again of reminiscing and rewinding back of what it feels like. But to have the young lads with us, and I sat down with James McAtee the other day and I told him what it's like to have an open bus tour. Obviously the city might come for him, but for Sheffield United it was something different, and I'm hoping that we can do something like that. And Ilman and Jai, people like that, they deserve that. So hopefully we can. A lot of pressure on us yet, but there's a winter break coming up and we'll analyse from there.
And clearly for you, with 18 months left on your current deal as well, you know, you would be part of that, whatever happens this year. That must give you a real kind of drive and determination to help make it happen.
Definitely the drive's there, 100%. The drive's there to keep impressing, keep doing the best I can, and keep pulling the young lads along with us. And maybe I might be on the staff next year. Who knows if we got to the Premier League?
Don't do yourself down.
Nah, I'm not. I enjoy playing and I enjoy training every day. So long may it continue.
How does this squad compare to the one that got promoted to the Premier League last time? Clearly different boss with some of the similar traits in mind, but there is a different composition to it.
Yeah, definitely, and I think you've talked about it already. We've got a lot more internationals, a lot of young talented footballers. I think we've had that, but we also had a team that wasn't really changeable, and I think now the manager has to do it. I think the way these injuries have fell for him hasn't been great, and obviously that never helps, but I think there's a big mix and he knows he can trust a lot more. I think we didn't have that much more with Chris as manager at the time. I was trusting the outside type of players to play a run of games, and I think the manager's got that. He likes changing his team, he wants to freshen up at times, and he changes the formation here and there as well.
So Hecky is coming up to a year in charge now. It's been quite an incredible journey already, as well as bringing that adaptability to it. What else has he brought to the role and for the group? Yeah,
he's a lot more analysis on the game. I think a lot more sit down, and the mix of that he's got with the staff, with the midfielders doing midfield with Stewie Mack, who's fantastic and had a great career, and Jack up front likes to sit down with the strikers, likes to have individual meetings with the strikers to look at the weaknesses of the defence that we're coming up against, and Hecky does a lot with the back five as well. He's training a lot more on the opposition. I'm not saying previous managers weren't that, but he likes to focus on that. A lot of analysis, a lot of sit down in the classrooms and working from there, and when a plan works like it did the other day on Saturday, it feels even better for him a bit as well.
Must be great for you, clearly, as one of the more senior members of the squad, but to have those players to pick those coaches to pick their brains, because they've all pretty much seen it and done it at various levels.
Yeah, they all like doing that, and they like the young lads coming in as well and learning from that. And the young lads are very talented and they've got everything to score goals from, and it's sometimes just picking the bones out of a back five or back four that you're playing against and showing the weakness, and maybe it might just click on the day of a game, or something might just happen like that and you score a goal.
4 games now between now and the World Cup break. Is it all about just keeping that momentum going after West Brom at the weekend over these next 4? Yeah,
I mean, I think we had a lot of disappointment in the last 6 with not winning. Obviously being 2-0 up against Blackpool was a big one. I think we'll learn from that come the weekend against West Brom, and picked up a 2-0 win in a tough environment, so hopefully we can go to Bristol and pick up a result there, and every game as it comes, because the manager probably doesn't know which players he's going to have come the weekend.
And how are you feeling about a mid-season break? In a way, it is a strange old season, this one.
I didn't like it at the start, but at the moment I think it's needed for our team, for our players. I love playing all the way through winter and stuff like that, but it'll be nice to watch them in the World Cup, get a bit of a break with our families, reset ourselves, reset our bodies, and ready to go again. If we can start like we did at the start of the season, it'll be a great lift for us.
And just finally, Chris, obviously I've mentioned the deal already. It'll take you up to 35 years old. Are you looking to finish your career here? Have you had thoughts about how long you might carry on playing for?
No, I've not really thought about that. I want to carry on as long as I can. I think after the 2 years we'll see where things are. I'll have a sit down with the manager, probably Hecky at the time, and see what he thinks, see what he suggests as well, and we'll take it from there.
Are you enjoying your football as much as you ever have?
Yeah, definitely enjoying it. Obviously when you're enjoying it, when you're seeing the lads coming through doing ever so well, and hopefully I can enjoy it even more so at the end of the season.